Didn't
Just like
you? Okay, so it was June. Was it June or July that you were there?
we didn't go to Romania until September.
Oh wow. Okay, so September. So
Yep.
back up a minute. You were in Jacksonville and it was 95 degrees.
Yep.
What was the weather like? What was the weather like on the shores of the Black Sea in September?
Totally different. So this is really funny. We obviously followed the weather for quite a while leading up to it. And we're following the weather, following it. And it's like predicting it to be 70 to 80 degrees. We're like, okay, cool. We can deal with 70 to 80-degree weather. That'll be actually probably perfect. Especially if it's like upper 70s, The closer we got, right, those last couple weeks, it just dropped and dropped and dropped. And finally, we go to leave, and it's like rainy and high of, I don't know, 58 or something on the day that the cadets wrestled, which was the first day of the tournament. And sure enough, it was cloudy, cold, on the ocean, so it was windy. I mean, these girls were warming up in like full winter outfits and then pulling it all off, wrestling, putting it right back on, trying to keep their body heat up. It was unreal. So that's kind of the other crazy aspect to beach wrestling is I think I went into it not realizing that it was like a level of toughness that people do not get. I think they think it's like a frilly part of the sport or something, or like I don't know, but they do not know how tough it is to wrestle in cold weather in the sand, have your face bashed in the sand over and over, It was just next level focus. Like these girls had to focus so much just to, like I said, keep their body heat up, maintain that composure while being on a beach in a foreign country while nobody else is speaking your language. It was just next level.
And
Sure.
you had travel difficulties, right? I mean, what it's not from here to Romania. It's not like I can hop on a plane tomorrow and be in South Florida, or maybe two planes and be in Southern California.
Yep.
You had travel difficulties.
California just sounds like a breeze now compared to going to Romania. But I also learned a lot. So it was one of those things like once I learned the lessons, I don't think we'll ever make those mistakes going to Europe ever again. And especially so many of those mistakes were like COVID PCR testing mistakes that you just really don't have any way of finding out unless you know it's going to happen. And if you don't know what's going to happen, then how would you ever find, you know what I mean? Like, I think I was asking all the right questions and doing everything I could. We made a mistake of like 2 or 3 hours, and it cost us a day of travel and hundreds of dollars. Thankfully, the wrestling community is awesome and rallied behind us to support us financially during that time, because the PCR testing in Chicago was like $225 or $250 a test. And you have to have them, you know what I mean? Like at that time you had to travel with them. So we were all kind of subject to that. And then the delay. So the delay cost us, we initially had like a day and a half buffer between weigh-ins. And the delay caused us to get in, I want to say we got into the hotel and settled at like 10 p.m. and then Isabel had to wrestle the next morning.
Wow.
So, and then not only was it the flight, but it was the flight to Germany and then a layover and then a flight to Romania. And then once we got into Romania, we had to drive three or so hours to the coast, which was the craziest experience of my life. So, it was just a whirlwind of emotions. But now that we've done it once, I'm pretty confident that all the future trips will be way easier.